You're here because something inside you is calling for more. Maybe it's a whisper in the dark hours. Maybe it's a knowing that says, there has to be another way. Maybe you've been carrying something for so long that you've forgotten what it feels like to move without this weight. And I see you. I see the exhaustion behind your eyes, the way fear has become a companion you didn't choose but can't seem to leave. I see the patterns that repeat, the beliefs that keep you small, the stories you've told yourself about what's possible and what's not. I see how you've tried to be strong for so long that you've forgotten it's okay to be held. I want you to know something profound. You are not weak for being here. You are not failing because you need help. You are brave. You are awakening. You are ready, even if only the smallest part of you believes that right now. So let me ask you to do something with me. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath slow. Find the most comfortable place you can. Let this be sacred. And let's begin. I'm now going to pray. As I do, you can speak these words aloud or silently. You can move through them quickly or pause on the ones that land deepest. You can add your own words, your own tears, your own truth. This prayer is for you. Make it yours. Divine presence, sacred love, Holy One, I come before you tonight not as I think I should be, but as I truly am, broken and whole, lost and found, afraid and brave all at once. I come with my whole truth, the parts of me that shine, the parts of me that hide, the parts that have been hurt, the parts that have learned to hurt back. All of me, I'm bringing all of me to you tonight. And I ask for deliverance. I ask to be freed from everything that has been keeping me bound, not in a way that feels violent or harsh, but in a way that feels like coming home. Divine One, I release the anxiety that lives in my nervous system. I release the belief that the world is unsafe. I release the constant scanning for danger, the perpetual bracing for the next crisis, the exhausting work of trying to control what cannot be controlled. I release the way I've learned to armor myself against life itself. I ask for peace to replace this vigilance, not the absence of challenges, but the presence of trust, the deep knowing that I'm held even when things are uncertain, the ability to feel my feet on the ground and know the ground is solid, the capacity to breathe without fear, to move without scanning, to be without protecting. I release the shame that has lived in my bones, the shame about things that happened to me that were not my fault, the shame about my body, the shame about my desires and needs and humanity, the shame that whispers that I am fundamentally wrong, broken, unlovable. I ask for the truth to flood through me like light, the truth that I am inherently worthy, not because I earned it, not because I'm good enough or thin enough or successful enough or productive enough, but because I exist. My existence itself is sacred. My worth is inherent and unchangeable. Nothing I do or fail to do can diminish it. I release every limiting belief I've inherited. Every story that says I'm not smart enough, strong enough, beautiful enough, creative enough, capable enough. Every voice that says people like me don't get what we want. Every narrative that says my dreams are selfish or too big or too fragile. Every belief that has been passed down to me that does not belong to me. I ask for a new mind, a mind that believes in possibility, a mind that knows my own power and potential, a mind that recognizes my unique gifts and the unique contribution I have to offer this world, a mind that can hold both my limitations and my infinite capacity. I release the resentment that is calcified in my heart, the grudges I've been holding, the bitterness toward those who hurt me, the way I've been using anger as a shield and resentment as a wall. I ask for the freedom of genuine forgiveness, not the kind that means what happened was okay, not the kind that means I have to pretend it didn't hurt, but the kind of forgiveness that means I release the chains that bind me to my past, the kind that frees me from the burden of carrying their wrongdoing, the kind that gives me my life back. I release every protective pattern that no longer serves me, the ways I learned to survive that now keep me isolated, the defenses that once kept me safe but now keep me separated from love, from connection, from my own heart, the masks I wear, the roles I play, the parts of myself I've learned to hide. I ask for new ways of being, healthier patterns rooted in love rather than fear, responses that come from my wisdom rather than my wounding, choices that move me toward wholeness and connection rather than further into safety that's become a prison. I release the impossibly high standard I've been holding myself to, the perfectionism that makes me feel like I'm always failing, the voice that criticizes every move I make, every word I speak, every choice I make, the exhaustion of trying to be someone I'm not. I ask for radical self-compassion, for the ability to speak to myself the way I would speak to someone I love deeply, for the grace to fail, to stumble, to be human, for the tenderness to hold my own pain without judgment, for the wisdom to know that my imperfections are not failures. They are proof that I'm alive. I release the trauma that has been living in my body. I release what happened. I release the way it changed me, shaped me, marked me. I release the imprint it left on my nervous system, my beliefs, my sense of safety in the world. I ask for deep cellular healing, for the integration of my wounds into wisdom, for my body to become a safe home again, for my nervous system to remember that it can relax, for my mind to release the hypervigilance, for my heart to dare to open again. I release the addiction, the compulsion, the behavior I've used to escape unbearable feelings, the thing I turn to when I cannot bear to be present, the false comfort that has become its own kind of captivity, the way I've learned to abandon myself instead of facing what I need to face. I ask for genuine comfort, for the courage to feel what needs to be felt, for the strength to face what I've been avoiding, for the support within me and around me to move toward true health and freedom, for new ways to soothe and hold myself that actually heal instead of harm. I release the constant comparison, the measuring of myself against others, the theft of my own joy because someone else seems to have more, be more, achieve more. The way I've learned to make my life smaller because I'm looking at someone else's highlight reel. I ask for the celebration of my own path, for genuine gratitude for what I have, who I am, where I am, for the trust that there is enough, that my portion is exactly what I need, that my timeline is not wrong, that my journey is worthy even if it looks different from everyone else's. I release any vow or agreement I made, consciously or unconsciously, that keeps me bound. I release any generational pattern, any family story, any inherited wound that is not mine to carry. I release the false loyalty that comes from holding on to what my ancestors need to release. I ask for sovereignty, for the freedom to choose my own path, for the authority over my own life, my own body, my own choices, for the right to change my mind, to take up space, to say no, to ask for what I need. I release the lie that I am alone in this, that no one understands, that I have to figure it out by myself, that asking for help is weakness, that vulnerability is the same as fragility. I ask for genuine connection, for the courage to let others see me, for the tribe, however small, that will hold me as I heal, for the recognition that we are all on this journey together. That my struggle is not unique in its loneliness, but universal in its humanity. That reaching out is an act of profound courage and wisdom. I release the slow death that comes from staying small, staying silent, staying safe. I release the part of me that has chosen invisibility to avoid rejection. I release the way I've learned to make myself less so that others could feel more. I ask for the courage to take up space, to speak my truth even when my voice shakes, to let my light shine even if it makes others uncomfortable, to offer my gifts to the world not out of ego or the need to prove something, but out of service and love, for the knowledge that the world needs what I have to offer. I release the exhaustion of performing, of trying to be the right thing for everyone, of monitoring myself constantly, of never quite relaxing, of always having to be on. I ask for permission to rest, for the knowledge that rest is not laziness, that my worth is not dependent on what I produce, that I am allowed to take up space simply by existing, that I am allowed to have needs and desires and preferences. I release the grief I haven't had space to feel, the losses I've been carrying without acknowledgement, the parts of my life that have ended, the versions of myself that have had to die so I could grow, the dreams that didn't come to pass. I ask for the space to grieve fully, for the knowledge that grief is love with nowhere to go, that allowing myself to feel it is an act of honor, that moving through it, not around it, is how I truly heal. I release the belief that I must earn love, that affection must be deserved, that care is conditional, that I have to be sick enough to deserve help, broken enough to deserve attention, suffering enough to be worthy of kindness. I ask for the deep knowing that love is my birthright, that I was born into a universe that loves me, that the divine presence is not withholding, it is not punishing, it is not waiting for me to be better before it embraces me. I am embraced now, as I am, exactly as I am. I release the stories that tell me I should be further along by now, that I should have figured it out already, that I should be different, better, more evolved, that I should be over it by now. I ask for patience with myself, for the knowledge that healing is not linear, that growth is not always visible, that transformation happens in its own time, that I am exactly where I need to be on my journey. I release the fear of being seen, the terror of being known, the panic of being rejected if I let people close to me, the belief that authentic connection is impossible. I ask for the courage to be transparent, to let people see the real me, to trust that there are those who will love me, not despite my flaws, but including them, to remember that connection is the antidote to isolation and shame. I release the voice that tells me I'm too much, too sensitive, too emotional, too needy, too loud, too ambitious, too. I ask for the freedom to be exactly who I am, to let my personality be big and bold if that's who I am, to let my feelings be deep and tender if that's who I am, to let my needs be known if that's who I am, to stop apologizing for taking up space. I release the belief that suffering is noble, that pain is redemptive, that I have to earn my happiness through struggle, that my worth increases with my burden. I ask for the radical acceptance that I deserve joy, that pleasure is not sinful, that ease is not lazy, that happiness is not something I have to earn. It is something I have permission to have right now, just because I exist. I release the control I've been gripping with white knuckles, the false sense of safety that comes from trying to manage every outcome, the exhausting surveillance of my own life, the belief that if I just try hard enough, worry hard enough, control hard enough, I can prevent pain. I ask for the surrender that comes with trust, for the peace that comes from releasing my grip, for the wisdom to know what I can control and what I cannot, for the grace to let go of what was never mine to hold. I release the vow to never be vulnerable again, the decision I made after being hurt to never let anyone close, the armor I built to keep everyone out, the isolation I chose to feel safe. I ask for the willingness to risk again, to trust again, to open again, to believe that not everyone will hurt me, to know that the possibility of pain is worth the certainty of connection, to remember that vulnerability is not weakness, it is the greatest courage. I release the shame of my body, the way I've learned to hate it, criticize it, separate from it, the belief that it is not good enough, the way I've treated it as an enemy rather than a home. I ask for embodiment, for the return to my physical self with tenderness, for the ability to feel pleasure without guilt, for the honoring of my body as the sacred vessel that carries my soul, for gratitude for the way it holds me, moves me, heals me. I release the stories about who I have to be lovable, the character I play, the version of myself I've crafted for public consumption, the carefully curated self I present to the world. I ask for the freedom to evolve, to change my mind, to be different things at different times, to not be locked into the identity others have given me or that I have given myself, to be a mystery, even to myself, to be a work in progress forever. I release the belief that there is something wrong with me that needs to be fixed, that I am broken in a way that requires healing before I can be acceptable, that I am fundamentally defective. I ask for the truth that I am whole, that I am complete exactly as I am, that my healing is not about becoming someone different. It's about remembering who I've always been. I release the death wish that sometimes whispers to me in dark moments, the part of me that wishes I didn't have to be here, the thought that everyone would be better off without me. I ask for a fierce will to live, for the deep knowing that my life matters, that my presence in this world makes a difference, that there are people who would be devastated if I left, that my contribution is needed, that I am meant to be here. I release the voices of everyone who ever told me I couldn't, everyone who tried to shrink me, everyone who was invested in me, staying small and manageable and no threat. I ask for the inner authority to know my own truth, to trust my own knowing, to believe my own instincts, to follow my own path even if it's different from the one others think I should take. And finally, I ask for the willingness to stay free, because freedom is not a destination. It is a choice I make again and again, moment by moment, day by day. Some days I will feel it deeply. Some days old patterns will return, and I might stumble. That is not failure. That is the human experience. So today I commit to freedom. Not perfectly, not with absolute certainty, but with my whole heart I choose it. I choose freedom. I choose wholeness. I choose myself. I release all of this into your hands now. All of it, every burden I've been carrying, every weight I thought was mine to bear. I surrender it completely. I trust that in releasing, I am making sacred space for what wants to be born in me, and I receive the deliverance I ask for. Not in my timing, not in the way I think it should happen, but in divine timing, in the way it is meant to unfold. I trust the unfolding. I trust the process. I trust that something sacred is already shifting. And so it is, and so I am. Already free, already whole, already beloved. Now let me offer you these closing blessings. These are not wishes. These are truths I am speaking over you with my whole heart. May you know with absolute certainty that you are loved, not for what you do or achieve, but for who you are, for the simple fact of your existence. You are loved beyond measure. May you be delivered from everything that has ever told you otherwise, from every voice that said you were too much or not enough, from every belief that your love had to be earned. You are enough. You have always been enough. May you step into your freedom with courage and grace. May you walk it out day by day, even on the days when it feels hard. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's moving forward while being afraid. And you are courageous. May you reclaim your wholeness, your power, your voice, your light. May you stop dimming yourself for other people's comfort. Your light doesn't diminish anyone else's light. There is enough space for all of us to shine. May you remember that you were born worthy, born with inherent divine value. Nothing can ever change that. Not one choice, not one mistake, not one failure. Your worth is unchangeable and eternal. May you be incredibly, tenderly gentle with yourself as you heal. Offer yourself the same compassion you would offer to someone you love deeply. Speak to yourself with kindness. Hold yourself with care. May you know that you are never, ever alone in this. The divine walks with you, your guides and angels walk with you. All of us who are on a journey of liberation walk with you. You are held in a community of hearts that understand. May you wake up tomorrow and feel something different. Something has shifted. Your prayer matters. Your willingness to show up for yourself matters. You matter. May you return to this prayer whenever you need it, whenever fear creeps back in, whenever you need to remember, whenever you need to be reminded that you are free, that you are loved, that you are worthy. Thank you for allowing me to journey with you tonight. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for your willingness to heal. Thank you for showing up for yourself in this sacred way. If this prayer has touched your heart, please share it with someone who needs it. Share it with someone who is wrestling with fear, someone who is carrying shame, someone who is ready to step into freedom but doesn't know how. Your sharing might be the bridge that carries them to their own deliverance. Come back to this prayer whenever you need it. Each time you return, you go deeper. Each time something new is revealed. Each time you reclaim more of yourself. In deep love and the most profound gratitude, I bless you. Be free, beloved. Be free, and know that you already are.